When I make decks to post on this channel, I usually start with a pretty generic list I find somewhere, like on Twitter, Limitless, did get an event. I'll take it, I'll play some games with it, and then I will edit, and then get weird a little bit, some weird text if you see me post. But in the end, I usually end up at the pretty much generic version. So take this random Machamp deck list I've been playing, pretty standard for a fighting deck, with your dark backup for Mew. We're not going to go into too much detail on this, but you see Machamp, Moltres, Bibarel, pretty generic things. So then what happens is I'll take it and I'm like, well, let's get weird. So I'll try some random cards in it, see what happens, some will work, some won't, or I'll put in cards I've wanted to see. Oh, how does that card do? I've always wanted to try it. We usually end up back at the normal deck list, but today that didn't happen. 57 games later, today's video is going to be Machamp VMAX with Zoroark. So without further ado, that's going to be your video this week. Let's get it started and roll that sick intro, and I'll see you on the other side. Here it is, T-Table. Welcome to this week's edition with Machamp VMAX and Zoroark. Obvious pair, of course. We all thought of that. It did start from a Japanese deck list I saw that had a bunch of cool cards in. I'm like, well, you know what? That looks fun. And we ended up with this about 50-something games later. So let's see what we got going on here. Your attackers will be Machamp VMAX if you're, for 2. If any of your bench Pokemon have damage, it does 220, and then 240 for 3 you can use the next turn. The first attack is where it's at, because with like Choice Belt and the new card Grant, you can hit 280 and knock out Palkias and stuff like that. And then with Hawlucha, it can help you knock out things later with your new stadium that we're going to have in the deck. But let's see what other Pokemon we got going on real quick. Pretty simple. At the beginning, you got the 2-2 Bibarel, help you draw to 5 every turn. You got Crobat V. It's a good card, turn 1 so much, because sometimes you have your hand, you're like, well, I need energy, because I only have 10. And to let you draw into that, we got the 3-3 Zoroark. Zoroark's ability is Phantom Transformation. Once during your turn, you may choose a Stage 1, except any Zoroark from your discard pile, and you just trade it. So you would take the Zorua and Zoroark and switch it with one of the Stage 1s in your discard pile. What are those Stage 1s? Well, you got a new Mightyena, which is the Dark Pokemon. Like I said a moment ago, you will play for Mew. Hustle Bark. If your opponent has any VMAX in play, it basically just attacks free. Does 160, 52 itself. It only has 110 anyway, so it's going to get knocked out. But it does do 320 to the likes of Mew and Shadow Rider, which is sick. Our other Stage 1 is going to be Lucario from Brilliant Stars. Once during a turn, put 20 on it. If you do, search for fighting and attach it. So it does help you meet the requirement of a Machamp. And also it's a good single prize attacker if you have to, or if you just want to, so you don't have to have an energy. So you put the 2 damage on first. If you're like, God, I need the 2 damage, I don't really care about the energy, you do that. But its attack is 2 fighting, 10 plus, discard all fighting, it does 60 more. So you can't do 1/3 in nowhere. It's a pretty good single prize attacker to finish things off. Then we do the basic Machamp V, which is just a hard-working man. He looks great. Favorite alt art in the set. It does a mini attack of the VMAX. If your bench Pokemon have any damage, it's 100 for 2, and then 140 for 3. And then we have Radiant Hawlucha. Radiant Pokemon are new in this set. You can only have 1 in your deck. As long as Pokemon on your bench, you do 30 more to VMAXs. So, Mew, Shadow Rider, Urshifu, Malamar, etc., etc. And we finish it off with Manaphy to stop bench damage, prevent all damage done to your bench from your opponent's attacks. Pretty standard on that one. So the items, we got 2 Evolution Incense, get your Evolve Pokemon, 1 Ordinary Rod to put back your energy mostly, and it is a 3-2 Machamp, so sometimes you do have to discard 1 early, and it can get awkward if you do prize the other one. We got the 4 Quick Ball, pretty easy there. We got the 1 Switch, we got 4 Ultra Ball, gotta find your Pokemon, and also Ultra Ball combos with Bibarel to draw more. Then we got Gapejaw Bog. We got 3 of those. New stadium. Whenever either player puts a basic Pokemon from their hand on their bench, it takes 2. So that helps you meet your Machamp requirement. If you do open with it, you want to try to maybe bench like Machamp first before you play it if you have another one. So you bench like Bibarel or Zorua, because those are going to get knocked out easily anyway, whether they have their full HP or not. So those are the ones you want to take more damage. You just have to be careful if you're facing like an Urshifu deck. As they do with Machamp V, you're just going to let them take an extra turn. So in that case, you're going to want to think about the damage you put, but on that, great card, and also helps weaken your opponent's Pokemon for yours to knock it out easier. Then we got 2 Boss's Order. Pretty simple, you gotta bring a Pokemon to knock out. We got 2 Marnie, Disruption. We got 3 Research, and we got a Raihan for Recovery. And then we have Grant, which is a sick new card. When you play it, your fighting Pokemon do 30 more to your opponent's active, which is really cool. It's like a Leon fighting Pokemon, but its ability is sick. If Grant is in your discard pile, you can discard 2 cards, except for Grant, and put this back in your hand. So it can help you discard, like, your Mightyena or Lucario to put in your discard pile for your Zoroark to use. It also does combo with Bibarel, so if you have 2 useless cards, like, I got 2 quick balls late in the game, I don't need them, or what, some combination of whatever, you can grant those 2 cards away, and you'll have 1 less card in your hand, which means you get to draw 1 more card with Bibarel. Card's clutch, so with Machamp, you do 220, so we got Grant here, 250, Hawlucha, you do 280 to VMAXs. We got the tools, 2 Air Balloon, give you less retreat, and the 2 Choice Belt. So with Machamp's first attack, you got 220, you pop a Grant, 250, you pop a Choice Belt, 280, you're one-shotting a Palkia, or an Arceus if they have a Dunsparce. We got 3 capture and 2 fighting, which I'm literally about to change to, on the fly, 8 fighting, 2 capture. Just changing that right now in the middle of the video. Hopefully I remember to save it. But it's pretty simple. You need the fightings. 8 fighting over the 7-3 you just saw 3 seconds ago because Lucario. So I just want more outs to that. But capture, when you attach it, you search your deck for a basic Pokemon up on your bench. So it does get around your stadium if you want to bench them a champ or something like that. So we're going to save this deck list. We're going to jump into some games and see if we can get some people with a hard-working man Machamp. Alright, here we go. See if we can get some people. I'm excited. Champ's cool card. The first attack being able to hit so much damage is really good. It just is awkward with the weakness of Psychic, but that's why we got Mightyena. I know that doesn't stop like Whimsicott, but we can one-shot a Whimsicott. So, alright, let's see what we got here. Machamp has quickly moved up my, maybe I'll play this for regionals list, which is really funny, because I just kind of made it because I was like, I'm bored. We're going to start with Zorua. We do go second, so we'll see what they got. They got a Sobble. Nice. It's what things. Ice. Okay. They do get Ice Rider, Sobble turn 1. No energy, which is cool. Okay, we can pop that. We can pop that. My Crobat's going to take damage, but I'm going to be honest, it doesn't matter, because they're going to one-shot it anyway if they bring it up. See if we can get a way to get him a champ. We did. Our hand's so wild, because, like, we need the Bibarel. But we're going to get him a champ. And hope we don't die, I guess. Alright. A Bidoof would have been nice, but we needed the Machamp. Alright, they passed. Okay. We have this. Nice. Oh, we what? They were just too far behind. Alright, we did it. Woo! Quickly moving on here. So I got 2943 ladder points, which is about 2,000 more than I usually get. But that's how you can tell the tournament's coming up. Because I have a lot of points, because I just jam games whenever I can. Throughout the day, I'm just jamming. Alright. They do have the generic coin you start with. Alright, we get to go first, which is sick. And the hell? Are we tagging with the Hawlucha? Something. Reggie's. Well, might die with a terrible start, but we'll see what happens, I guess. This is one of those hands you just get. Alright, Reggie's is a cool deck. When you get going, it's so hard to beat it. Because they just have answers. Luckily, they do not have a Psychic. Reggie. Or Dark Reggie. That'd be crazy. Those power Reggies, you just discard your energy because you get them back. Steel. Only 2 more to go. If we can survive a turn and then, like, even get stuff in play, we'll be okay. The Regigigas does knock out Machamp, but it's okay. Because we could attack with, like, Baby Machamp and stuff. As well as Lucario. If we get that far in the game. They play Grass Energy, which would say they play the other Regidrago as well. Alright, one more. Water. That looks like it's about to be water. Oof. I believe they're going to have a Regice on the bench. If they have an Aurora, they just knock us out. But, alright. I guess they don't want to draw that later. That makes sense. Yeah, we're looking dead. Unfortunately, as they can attack us for 160. So. And they do got the Peony, which is sick for the turn 1 VIP pass. Alright, deck. Nice. 2 great games so far brought to you. Dead Draw. That's some good content right there. Alright. Since I've played that in the game, it's a weird game. I guess you could just say you gotta like focus the Reggie, you hope they can get back, or you have to notice, and then yeah. The Manaphy does help on the bench as it protects from the Regilucky, which is sick. And then you just attack with normal things. Well, we're starting Bidoof. So they mulligan here, so I'll have extra card to pick from to discard with Ultra Ball. Right now it's boss's order and whatever we draw. They're playing blue. Alright. Blue. Woo. They're choosing what to start with here. That means they got more than one? No, they just... Alright, so we did take 2 mulligans. None are in energy. Jesus. None are in energy. Woo! Team chance to be really good. Boss order could be really good. Okay. Well, we don't have Crobat in our deck, so it does not actually matter. Nice. So, there's a problem with not having Pickaxe in the deck. Kind of just stuck. And it's like wild. Alright, well, end our turn here. I was thinking about like doing a more heavy Lucario and have energy switches in the deck, but yeah, if anything, we gotta get a turn where we actually attack with Lucario. So, depending on what they do here, they will get other Pokemon to play no matter what. From their Sobble, so. They're thinking, what are they doing? Probably got something like figure what they're discarding with Quick Ball or something. Marnie? Ugh, that's like awkwardly bad, right? Just gotta figure out if it's Palkia or Ice Rider. Looks like it's Palkia. Well, we're going to be very far ahead, especially with our Lucario attacking. So, what we're going to do is Ultra Ball to get Zoroark. Evo Incense to get Bibarel. I want to knock him out as fast as I can. Right? Or just wait for the Machamp. They did do nothing. So I think we're just going to go Machamp. Because they didn't do anything. And I don't want to trigger any Raihans they might have in their hand. Okay. We'll pass. So if we get like a boss order, we can just Pikachu. Now I got Pikachu. We'll get two Bibarels out, which is cool. We're gonna have to conserve this Switch as we are down our other balloon. I want a Pal Pad in here too. There's so many cards. I want like a 80 card lids. Not even 65. Pal Pad. Couple more energy. I did have in here for a while Meowstic, which almost won me a game against Shadow or Rapid Strike, but they just had the nuts. You can move a damage counter from one of your Pokemon to one of your opponent's Pokemon, so you would put 20 on with Gapejaw, and then transfer it over to their Pokemon to help you with your damage, which was really cool. Suicune. We get to one-shot that, hopefully. So they got a Melanie. Yep. Yep. Well, they're going Surfing Pika. I guess they're just going to tag that, right? Shield's bold as it's weak, but I guess it doesn't matter. So we got our Bibarel going on here. So we'll see what happens. I forgot Pikachu VMAX does. I think it damages my bench, right? Um, 30 to your opponent's bench. Okay, well that helps Machamp. So hopefully that happens to us. We're going to find out in a second when they get another Drizzle. I think I have some Inteleons that was going to get awkward. But we'll see. Another Drizzle. Just putting three Drizzles out there. Alright. The good old Drizzle to get Drizzle. Drizzle, Drizzle. My money don't drizzle, drizzle. Well, they can't get a fifth Drizzle, so we're going to see what happens. Air Balloon. Are they going to attack us with Pikachu? Or retreat to one of their quadruple Drizzles. Okay. Let me know they have Drizzle. Luckily, that is good. So, I will get another Machamp. So I'll bench this, because I need to draw the Bog. Let's go. So, hopefully, our second one draws us a way to get Machamp. Well, we're going to see if we can get a way to get Machamp. Okay, we did. We got Machamp. That's the wrong Machamp. So, we'll do that. We don't really need to put anything back. We'll retreat. And we'll hit him for 220. Because our other Machamp does have damage. Okay. What are they bringing up? They got two choices. They bring up the foil Drizzle. Or regular Drizzle. I guess three choices. Or Pikachu. Thinking about it. Probably depends on what their hand is, to be fair. Pikachu it is. If they get the VMAX too, we could actually just put Mightyena in play as well. And do 160. So, it's pretty sick for us. That is 20. The quick shooting Inteleon to put 20. What if they just drop 4? That'd be impressive, I'm going to be honest. But I feel like they play at least the other one. Yep. That is the other one. Yep. Get 2 trainers. Probably a way to evolve Pikachu. What if they just like boss cloned? That'd be sick. We're also just going to put this Manaphy back in our deck. Which might just do it. Yep. They could have the Cologne. The Cologne's like a good... I love that card so much. In spread decks like this, because you just knock out the Manaphy and you get to put the spread damage. It's so good. It's very clutch. I really like that card. It's just one of those cards that get... If you're an Urshifu deck, or you're the Radiant Greninja deck, or this deck, I think it's worth putting in a Cologne in. Maybe two. Two's like seems whoa, but definitely at least one. Okay. Well, we're gonna knock this out. And put our Machamp and stuff back in our deck. So luck. Oh. Make sure you Ordinary Rod first. That was a lesson on clicking too fast. Don't click too fast, kids. You'll do that. Yep. Hey, woo. Only did that to show off Grant, clearly. To show you the Grant combo. Or I could just discard these, and I get to draw on the card. That's the only reason I did that. Not a misplay. Let's go, draw 3! Damn, already attached. Well, draw 7! With your Manaphy. So that's cool. A lot. 440. See, I lured my opponent. Wow, they don't have anything in their deck. No, I was just trying to show off Grant for my viewers. I love you guys. I had to show you, you know? This is educational. Sometimes you gotta do things in the wrong order to do it in the right order later. You know what I'm saying? It's all about education here on the tea table. I love you guys, you know? You gotta say, just because I've talked about super running into my Ultra Ball to get my Manaphy and then didn't do it, it's just how you gotta, just because you talk through your process, you gotta live the process, alright? Just remember that, guys, alright? Everybody watching, you know, that was a lesson on order of operations, you know? I'm just bringing up this Machamp. You got an order of operations, you know? It's just one of those things. Just one of those things, everybody. Remember that for the future. Well, I mean, we don't have Machamp, but we're gonna draw Machamp because we have 8 cards in the deck. Oh, I guess I could just kill Pikachu. Never mind. Revenge Buster for something. All right. I love that. I wonder if they do play Cologne with prize because they had a small hand, so they do other things. However, that was Machamp, everybody. All right, so we didn't get to play any Mew-related things, but you can see how the Zoroark was there ready to put a Bibarel lock into play. Mightyena was ready to go, or the Lucario. If you do play this deck in real life, try to get the, I believe, pre-release Lucario exists. Oh, but that had a pre-release card. Oh, it does. That looks sick. Try to get that one. But I think Machamp is really good. You can hit for 220 for 2. You're on a VMAX. Who cares? That's a lot. That's a normal V's knocked out. With Grant Belt, that's 280. That's a Palkia. That's an Arceus with a Dunsparce in play. That's a Samurott. Like, I mean, and you got Mightyena for Mew or Shadow Rider or just random VMAXs. Sometimes you don't want to attack from the champ because you can't power it up and you're like, get in there. I like to Lucario. Let me show you a card you could consider real quick that I talked about during one of the games. One moment. Meowstic with the ability Ear Moves. You may move 1 damage counter from one of your Pokemon to one of your opponents. So after you Bog, move 10. Probably fixes math. I'm just going to say it fixes some math. Also, it's adorable. It's a constrained Pokemon. It's a cat. But yes, that's a card to consider. You can really do anything. You could even go more Lucario heavy. But I don't think you need more than one. Julian, there's the next way to put 20 in play. It's also just good against, like, Miltank and stuff like that. as you can just keep recycling and get rid of their Miltanks, which is pretty sweet. If you don't bench a lot and you see a Miltank deck, it's going to be hard to knock you out. So, with that being said, I want to thank everybody for watching Machamp VMAX Zoroark, the obvious deck you all thought of. Thank you. We just hit 5,000 views on the channel like last week. Super cool. That was my goal for the year, and we're halfway through the year, so that was really sweet. My goal to 200 subscribers continuing. I want to hit that by the end of the year. We're getting there. We're trucking along. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Drop a like, maybe even that subscribe if you're like, Machamp is pretty cool. And I'll see everybody next time on the tea table.